Welcome to the Smith Centre and welcome to our event today. My name is Fiona Charnley from the University of Exeter. It's really wonderful to see so many familiar faces today, and we really appreciate your support in the DICE network and our activities over the last 18 months. It's also fantastic to see so many new faces in the room as well, so we really welcome you into our network and greatly appreciate you being here. So the DICE network offers a bridge between academic research and the reality of industry, investment and policy. Our overarching aim of the DICE network is to bring together communities across digital innovation, circular economy and materials science. And that, I'm sure you will agree, is a huge remit. So we focused it down on two key areas. First of all, we have our challenge around embed. So how can we embed sustainability and circularity within the design and development of new technologies? And then secondly, enable. So how can we realise the potential of the digital revolution to enable circular economy across all sorts of different sectors? We really bring a network of networks approach. So we start from the realisation that there's already a lot of work going on in these spaces, and there's been significant investment in circular economy, in digital innovation. And so a key priority of the network is to build on that evidence and to bring those communities together rather than starting from a blank sheet of paper. As outlined in the video, we have four key pillars of activity: insight and evidence, capacity building and knowledge exchange, research impact and legacy, and also this is underpinned by our inclusive community. So the DICE network is a 3-year programme funded by UKRI EPSRC, and we're actually already halfway through. So this slide really just focuses on some of the highlights of the network so far under our key pillars. So, for example, we have created, as Diego communicated in the video, we've convened a significant number of stakeholders around the data centre sector, investigating how circular economy can be applied to data centre infrastructure. And our design policy brief has already been accessed by over 300 people. A key part of the network is also convening the community. So we have engaged with over 380 partners across 20 existing networks. We, as demonstrated, convened a panel at the World Data Centre conference, and that was attended by 80 people. And I mean, some of these numbers, you think, they're just numbers. I think one of the most important things that the network does is it takes this conversation outside of business as usual and beyond the usual suspects. So when we were presenting at Data Centre World, for example, we asked the audience, how many of you have heard of the circular economy? And only probably 5 to 10 people out of those 80 put their hands up. And that is exactly where we need to be. We need to be bringing these topics to people across the value chain, across different organisations, to really start talking about those opportunities for collaboration and for change. A key part of the network is also to allocate flexible funding. So we have allocated £435,000 worth of funding to feasibility studies, to demonstrator projects and to knowledge exchange projects. And this is a really important part of the process, seed funding ideas that could lead to significant impact. Our focus is on frontier technologies. In the UK's frontier technologies are 6 priority areas identified as foundational to economic growth, national security and future innovation, in line with the UK government priorities and also UKRI cross-council strategic themes. And each of these areas is extensive, and so following consultation with the network community and also our advisory board, we decided to focus on one key area of artificial intelligence, and we conducted a deep dive into AI and the data centre world, which you'll hear a bit about later today. We also now are moving on to advanced connectivity technologies and to follow the same process. So as Diego mentioned in the video, we took a deep dive to explore how to transition the data centre sector to a circular economy framework, convening experts from across the centre and undertaking research to identify significant insights, which we have then passed on in the form of recommendations to policy and to industrial stakeholders. We're really pleased to announce today that under the umbrella of advanced connectivity, our second deep dive will focus on the telecoms and space sector. And so initial insight gathered here today will launch our work, and we would really welcome your engagement from those that are active in this sector to feed into that deep dive over the next 6 months. So that's a bit of an introduction to the DICE network and what we have been doing over the last 18 months.